Hi, I'm back on the Booker Prize long list again, and this is number 4 that I finished, and it's The Sweetness of Water by Nathan Harris, and it's actually a debut novel. I hadn't realised this when I picked it up, and he's only a young chap. He's 29 when he wrote this, and this is his debut. Sweetness of Water, it is set in the time after the Civil War in America, and it's almost the Reconstruction, and we're in the South, and the slaves have been emancipated, so they've been told that they are freed men, they can leave, much to the displeasure of the plantation owners, who suddenly see their slaves disappearing. And so we've got Prentice and Landry, 2 brothers, and they're from Ted Morton's estate. And they decide that they are going to leave and find a new life, and find their mother, who was sold. And you get through the book the transition of life from a slave to a freedman, and it was so hard because they left these plantations with absolutely nothing apart from the clothes on their back, and no money, no job, no home, nothing. And you had all these little shanty towns that were sort of built up, and they had their freedom, but they didn't have a lot else. Landry and Prentice, they used to forage in the woods for food, and one day they come across George Walker. Now George and his wife Isabel, they live away from the town, and George came originally from the north, and so he does have a bit of sympathy with the slaves, and he offers Prentice and Landry a job to help him to sort of build a peanut farm, and he offers them a job which does not go down well with the town, because there's men in the town who would love to have a job, but George is employing ex-slaves. Ted Morton is not at all happy that George has now got his ex-slaves, and he still sees them as his property, even though they've been freed. George and Isabel, theirs is a marriage of distance. They don't really communicate with one another. There's a love there, but there's a distance as well between them, which is exacerbated because right at the beginning of the novel, you get the news that their son was killed in the Civil War. But the novel is full of secrets, and it's full of, you've got issues about racism, you've got issues about homosexuality, you've got a relationship there that cannot be spoken about, and when it is spoken about, it's denied. You've got a murder and the secrets that tie in with the murder, and the feelings in the town with these slaves or ex-slaves. The town is angry, and George and Isabel find that their standing in the community changes drastically because of what they are doing. There are so many layers in this book because it explores so many different things. And what I liked as well is that the women, Isabel and her friend Mildred, they are really strong characters. You do not have the brow-beaten woman at all, the little house, the little wife who's full of putting on the next party and stuff like that, as some of the southern households were. But you get very strong characters. The characters in the book are beautifully drawn. They are well developed. And you will really love it, because I really did enjoy it. I love the character of Isabel, and Prentice and Landry. You learn about their life on the plantation and the struggle that they have as they try and forge a new life. It is a book of hope as well. There's hope at the end. It is sad. There are sad places in it, and yes, you will need a tissue at times, but I really enjoyed it. And for a debut novel, wow. So that is The Sweetness of Water by Nathan Harris. Number 4 from the book A Long List. So I'm now starting number 5. And I'll let you know when I've read that one. So take care, happy reading, and bye.